Hey everyone, there were some questions about the tamales that I put on the website last week, and so I thought I would do a better video to show you how to assemble them, how to make the masa harina, and also how to roll and fill them. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take your, Maseca is the brand that I like, but just masa harina, which is ground corn flour treated with lime. Put that in your food processor. And again, I want to stress that this is not the traditional way to do it, but this is a way that you can make tamales pretty quickly on a weeknight. So I hope you'll give it a try. So in your food processor, you've got the masa harina, I've got baking powder, salt, and then I like to put a little bit of diced chipotle and adobo to give it a little bit of flavor. And you want to put your lid on and give that a quick pulse just so it combines your ingredients. And then to that, you're going to add a 1/4 cup of vegetable shortening. You could substitute lard if you want to, or you could even use butter if you prefer. And then again, just kind of do a pulsing motion. You don't want to smear the shortening in. You want to get little teeny pieces of it so it's distributed throughout. And then you're going to add a little bit of hydration to that with a 1/4 cup of water. Again, with the pulsing. And you're going to pulse until it kind of resembles wet sand. So see how you kind of have bigger pieces now? And then we're going to add the vegetable stock or chicken stock, whichever you prefer. And this is a little bit tricky. You're going to have to kind of play with it and see how much you need to add. But I usually start with about a 1/4 cup or so, 1/2 cup, and see what you get. But you're looking for a soft, hydrated dough that's soft and a little bit tacky, but not like really wet. But then you just give it a pulse and see how it's starting to come together. You don't want to over process it, but now see how we kind of have big lumps, and then you can see it's not super wet, but it's holding together. I have some that I've already taken out here. And then let me show you how to fill the tamale. Now, the traditional way would be to use corn husks that you've soaked. And so the first thing I like to do is I like to tear off one end, because that's going to be like our belt to tie it. And then you flatten out your husk, grab about, I don't know, kind of like a golf ball or ping pong ball size of the prepared masa. And then if your fingers are wet, it kind of helps. But pat your dough out, and I usually leave a little bit on the end because we're going to tuck that up. But spread it out. And in the recipe, we filled them with chicken, but you could use beef, you could use vegetables. What I have here are vegetables. But you're going to add a little bit of the green sauce that we made. Not too much, you don't want it to be too wet. And then I like the roasted vegetables. This makes a nice vegetarian version. And then a little bit of cheese. And then you take the edge of the tamale and just fold it over. You want to match the two ends, fold it, roll it up, and then with this end here, you pinch it up, take your belt, and just tie it. And if you don't have the corn husks, that's no problem. I usually trim this top off too. If you don't have corn husks, you can also do it with parchment paper. So I just cut a square, and the same thing, using wet hands, pinch off some of the masa, and then I like to flatten it out a bit. That might not be quite enough. Flatten it out, and again, leave yourself an edge because you need to roll that up on the bottom. Pat it out, and you're going to maybe about a 1/4 inch thick, a little bit of the salsa. You want to keep the edges clean, and some of whatever filling you're using. Again, we're using vegetables here. Add some cheese. And same thing, you just roll it up. And when the ends meet, you kind of pinch them together and then roll it up. And then with these, what I like to do is pinch my end and then kind of give it a little twist. And then leave the top end open. And then you just take them and stand them in your steamer basket here. And then I usually cover them with a layer of, once you get them all in there, cover them with the extra corn husks, and then I put a piece of paper toweling on the top because that helps absorb the extra water. Put your lid on it, set it on the stovetop, and you want to steam it for about 30 or 40 minutes. And, you know, on a weeknight, you can have tamales, and it's not too bad. It's easy to do, and I hope you'll give this recipe a try. Thanks.